and welcome back to Total War Warhammer, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about shields, how shields work, how to counter shields, and how to use your shields effectively. So first of all, what are shields? How can you find them on the unit stat block? If you have a unit, they'll probably say that they have shields. It's a variant of a other type of unit, possibly, or it's just a built-in unit like Chaos Warriors, Chosen, Dwarf Warriors. Those units all have shields. You can see a little shield icon next to your armor, and this will tell you, if you hover over it, how much shield you actually have. There are three different types of shields: bronze, silver, and gold. A bronze shield is any type of shield that is less than 55% of block. A silver shield is everywhere above 55% block but less than 75% block, and a golden shield is everything under over 75% block. So, what does that mean? So, if you read this, it says this unit has a shield which will block 35% of small arms missile fire hitting it from the front. So what this means is 35%, at least for this unit, of any missile fired from a small entity-sized target will have a chance to just get blocked. So that means I'm taking, essentially, in theory, about 35% less damage from missile fire from the front. That's a big deal, and especially when you move up to higher levels of shields, that can be an exceedingly amount difference, having 55% basically negating half of the damage. And you don't even need high armor for this. Shields are very, very good when fighting things like dwarves, because you can block a lot of their missile fire and they don't try to flank you a lot. But that's the key word, flanking. And this is why I chose Skaven for the example. Skaven are very, very good at flanking, especially with things like Night Runners, Gutter Runners, or things like other really fast missile units. Because what you need to do to counter shields is get over to the sides and hit them from the sides. Because it does say from the front, and if you can get to the sides of those, missile block chance is just completely negated and you can do all the damage possible. So we're going to think about this setup. I want my rattling guns onto the sides, my poison wing globadiers are going to be up front, I've got a wizard over here, and then I've got two other flanking missile units onto the sides. Then I'm going to try and put my shields up in the front. That way I can handle any of the good old archers hitting me in the front, making sure that my poison wind globadiers stay alive, and we can go up and charge this. This is against Dark Elves, and we're hopefully going to wreck them. They do have some artillery, they do have a lot of archers, but it's just something we're going to deal with. So, tooltip help, left alt, hold down with the left mouse button, and move forward. It keeps all of your guys in a good old line. They'll proceed very well, and as you can see with holding down space, that's how I can show you all of these positions. You can see that they have a nice little position set up, and from the original position that I set them up in, they're not going to change. Now we need to look at the enemy units to be thinking about, what do I need to worry about firing at? Okay, they have dark shards, they have black arc corsairs, they have dread spears, bleak swords, dark shards without shields, and some bolter throws. So those bolt throwers are going to chip away at me. They're not an exceedingly good unit, especially since they're not doing that multi-shot round right now, it looks like. So they're not going to be doing a lot to my good old Night Runners and Gutter Runners over here, which is very good. So, again, these Dark Shards have shields, these Dread Spears have shields, and these Bleak Swords have shields. The Bleak Swords, Dread Spears, and Dark Shards with shields all have a silver shield, meaning they're going to block 55% of the small arms missile fire hitting them from the front. That's a big deal. And then we move on to the Black Arc Corsairs with crossbows, and the Dark Shards. They don't have any shields, the Dreadlord doesn't have shields, and of course the artillery doesn't have any shields. So we can go ahead and hit those guys from the front like normal. And now we are going to charge up our little horde, hopefully get some meat shield in, and then we'll get into shape for casting a couple of spells. So we can see that these bleak swords, we're going to try to engage them from the front, and now we can have our flanking unit of gutter runners with night runners. Get those guys. Alright, these rattling guns need to get some firing in. These guys, gonna hit their dread spears. And then we're gonna get this unit around. Also, good idea to cast spells on things with shields, because shields don't block that, and oftentimes those fancy dancy little shields are the really important part of their unit. So there we go, we got our rattling guns firing off, we got these night runners to come back, so we're going to get them over there. We're going to fire into that. We got another unit to rally. We'll bring them back into the combat. We got onto their artillery, which is really good. Remember that you are Skaven, so you are going to want to use as much scary little Skaven horde tactics as possible. What can I hit? I can hit that. Make sure that you're using tie-down units and just a whole bunch of meat shields to absolutely screw up the enemy. Oh, I do not want to shoot that lord with my mortars. Alright, so this battle is going very, very good. We managed to pretty much break these guys. These guys got shields. Let's try and get around to them with those units, because hitting them from the front, again, not that great. It's still really good unit, so we will do quite a bit of damage, but it's just not as much as we want. So we managed to get them to flee because we got these Skaven slaves running at them, and now we're going to be hitting them from the back, so that's going to make a really big difference for how much damage we can do. Let's get these guys over here. These guys are still running up. I got some warriors to rally. We're just going to try and tie down this lord right here, because there's not much that I really want to do in terms of killing power. To get him, I could hit him with probably my rattling guns and kill him that way, but that's not exactly optimal, I guess. I would rather, saying that I'm not doing it optimal, I'm not casting spells. Sheesh. Alright, those guys are dead. Yeah, I could get my rattling guns to go get them, but I guess I'll do that. Rattling guns are very good at taking out single targets if they need to. Let's go get that. That broke. Same with Giles. They're really good at hitting single entities. As long as you don't get too obstructed. These guys are obstructed by a hill, so that's a really easy fix. These guys are about to get cornered. So we could run these gutter runners over there. We could get some melee damage in. Get the night runners over there and get the spellcaster over there. Okay, warriors rallying. Yay! Alright. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat that guy. So again, this guy doesn't have a shield, so it's okay to hit him from the front, and we'll absolutely melt this guy because we got a lot of armor piercing with things like rattling guns. So this guy should get kind of wrecked, and that should be the end of the battle. It looks like they just took army loss penalties. So takeaways from this fight. Clan rats, if they can soak up the damage, they do have the shields for it, so you can use your meat shields more effectively with knowing if they have shields or not, right? Skaven slaves are a really good meat shield because they're super cheap, but at the same time, they're going to be kind of bad because they don't have any shields, they don't have any armor, so they can't really deal with things. Whereas things like clan rats with shields, They're still really cheap. They're still a meat shield, but now they have shields and a little bit of armor, so that makes them quite a bit tankier. Remember, we're not really looking at the melee stats for meat shields. We're trying to look at like how much hit points they have, how much numbers they have, and how well they can just take missile fire, take spells, take anything that is worth value. So that's it for this one, guys. Remember to make sure you're using your shields effectively and to get around on the flanks of those enemy units, because if you can get around to the flanks, then you're going to do really good and you'll be able to ignore their shields, which are a really big deal. I'll see you later. If you don't know how to use meat shields effectively, I will link a video right about now, and please watch that because it will help you out a lot. I will see you later.